All right, guys, we are going to do a extra large dog bandana. We're making these for paws in the panhandle. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to lie your fabric down on the ironing board, and you're going to make it so it has a fold. And the fold is super important. If you think about when you were younger and in elementary school and preschool and you made snowflakes that you folded up and you cut, that's the same idea here. If you cut through the fold, you're going to end up with just pieces of fabric and not an actual product that has the right shape. So we have our extra large template here, and this long line, which you were supposed to mark and write fold and arrows. So we have the fold marking here, and here is the fold of our fabric. So our fabric is double thick. It's folded and pressed. We line up the fold edge with the fold. We set that right there. We take our marker. It can be one of these water-soluble ones or one of the Frixion ones. It doesn't really matter. And you're going to draw a line, and a line, and a line. You will take a pin from your pin magnet, even 2 pins if you want, and you're gonna stab that pin down and then scoop it up. So you go through both layers of fabric, and then you're going to cut. This is where it gets a little tricky, and I've already had some people that weren't waiting for instruction that made some mistakes. You can cut right on your line if you wish. And then you cut right there and back up the other side. This is super awkward, but having somebody film. And notice when I'm cutting, I'm not up in the air. It's not like cutting paper. You're cutting flat. That's why shears have the bend in them. And then what you'll have when you open it up is your bandana shape. And this will be one side of our bandana. This I want you to hang on to because we're going to have another step for that in a little while. And then we set this one aside and you do your other side. If you're doing one that's reversible like I am, you get your other fabric out. We have some Baby Yoda here. And if it's a directional fabric, it means like if it has something that's a print that has to go one way or another, you're going to have to do in the crafting world what we call fussy cut. And that means that you have to be fussy about where you put your template. So when you cut this out, Yoda isn't going, he's not on his side or upside down or whatever. So again, we're going to fold. We keep our the right side on the inside, and we fold it over. And this we sort of have to think about for a second, because again, if it's a directional fabric like this Baby Yoda is, we want to make sure that it's going the right way. So we're going to have our fold. This is our folded edge. Here is the folded edge of our fabric. If I lay this here and I open this up, I have to check and make sure that he's going the right direction. If he isn't, I'm going to have to turn my fabric and fold a different way to figure that out. But it's better to take it and just take a look and make sure that it's going the right way. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. I can help you out with that as well. So we're going to have him right there. We're going to trace, 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 lift that up, set it aside. We have our shape. We're going to put our pin in, stab and scoop. And we don't cut that fold or we're going to end up with half triangle pieces, and that's not what we're looking for. And we can just snip that. You can turn it if you need to. Again, I'm not picking up this fabric for the most part. I'm just letting my fabric shears do the work. And trim. This can go in that tiny scrap bin for dog bed stuffing. This I would want you to hang on to for the next step, and then it can ultimately go into the scrap bin. But we still need to make the little neck strap tie part. And so then we check, set that aside. We check and make sure, put our shears in there, and we make sure your Yoda is going the right direction, and he is. At that point, we put the good side up on that fabric. We put, this is our good side on this one. We're going to put them together, line them up. We're going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4 pins, and this is the point where I just want you to stop. You can fold this up neatly, maybe half, even in half one more time if you want to, and put this in your project bag, and then we'll move to step 2, which is going to be the neck strap. Thanks, guys.